I am here with Adam Kearns, who is the running for the postgraduate officer. How are you feeling? Are you excited for the campaign period?
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good run. There's some good candidates, so it'll be very interesting to see what happens.
How nervous are you about it being the first time the postgraduate role has been in place? Is there any extra nerves put in place because of that?
Well, actually, I almost feel like there's a little bit less pressure because obviously it's a new role. I feel like it's more exciting than nerve-wracking because it's something that we can essentially apply our own stamp to, whoever it is that's able to win, and we'll be able to make a real difference to the postgraduates here at Bath, which hasn't obviously been in place before. So I think it'll be very interesting to see what happens, and I'm very much looking forward to it.
So obviously, with it being a new role and such, but you're mostly focused on postgraduates, but also undergraduates can vote in the election, they just can't stand. How are you going to try to convince undergraduates to vote for you when you're focusing so much on postgraduate issues?
Of course, well, that is a problem. Undergraduates may not feel that they have any interest in a postgraduate officer, but actually what I would say to postgraduates who will hopefully be voting is that, first of all, you may well want to come and do a postgraduate course, whether that's at Bath or at another university. Postgraduate officers are important to make sure that the postgraduate experience here at Bath and of course elsewhere, wherever it is you go, that those postgraduate officers will make sure that course is the best that it can possibly be. And I think that across the board postgraduates are underrepresented at the moment. And the second thing I would actually say is that as an undergraduate voting for a postgraduate officer, if the postgraduate experience is able to improve, then hopefully over time the university's overall image will improve. And so whether or not you choose to do a postgraduate course yourself, you will benefit from the improvement in your university's reputation over time.
Awesome, thank you. So obviously you sit on the Careers Service Advisory Board, which sounds so fun. The question I have here is it comfy? If not, how would you make it more so? Because apparently you said sit. I'm assuming that's where the joke is coming from for your opinion.
Right, okay. Yeah, well, it's not actually that comfy. We have to perch on the tables because there's a lot of us in a small room, so.
So you've been involved with the Navy. Can we expect submarines in the swimming pool? Is that going to be your first point of call?
Well, I think I'll probably leave the submarines to burst, but I have done a little bit with them in the quarry nearby, and so the engineers are probably the better ones to speak to about that.
Which method is better way to deal with people who have opposing views? Fight to the death or afternoon tea in the pump room, and why?
I would say that afternoon tea in the pump room is probably the far better option, because you can talk it out with them, and I think that if your points are valid, then hopefully they'll come around to see your point of view.
That's such a boring politician's answer. What sport do you think best describes postgraduates?
What sport?
Yeah.
I would actually say badminton, just because it's quite leisurely and relaxing, and you can talk a lot whilst you do it. But if you want to take it seriously, then the option is there.
So you're saying that postgraduates are leisurely people?
No, I'm saying that outside of their course, because they have to work so hard, that they obviously want to be...
Nice save, I did enjoy that. You want to make a postgrad specific hall, what would it be called?
Wow, that has really put me on the spot. I think I'm struggling to come up with an answer here. Perhaps it could be called the Masters Hall.
The Masters Hall.
Yeah.
That sounds so grandiose. It actually makes me slightly upset. Why don't you just name it however the else names halls, 4 East and 3 East, the most ridiculous naming system ever.
Well,
you could maybe try to get rid of that.
Yeah, I mean that could perhaps be a policy. I think there's probably better things to work on than that, but I do agree the names aren't the most exciting.
There's a stereotype about the classy postgrad. Do you enjoy cheese and wine? And if so, what is your favourite cheese and wine?
Well, I have been known to enjoy cheese and wine on occasion, but I'm quite simplistic. I just enjoy a nice white, I couldn't tell you which, and a bit of cheddar cheese from Asda.
Cheddar cheese from Asda, classy.
Yeah.
That is, you've definitely kept up the classy stereotype there.
That's it.
Although you've said white, and now I don't think I could vote for you because red is by far superior. Deeply upset me. So Thank you very much. Is there anything last you want to say about yourself or your campaign, or why students should vote for you?
Yeah, well, I would say that students should vote for me to be their postgraduate officer, because I have a wide number of policies that will affect both the student academic experience for postgraduates and also the overall student experience in general. So, for example, I want to improve the grad centre. I want to make sure that postgraduates can certainly park at the university moving into the future. And I also have policies for undergraduate students as well. Obviously, namely, I want to increase the number of bursaries available to undergraduates, so that in light of the current sort of fee situation, it would be very, very nice if a lot more undergraduates could study at postgraduate, regardless of the sort of cost they have to incur. And so overall, I think that there's something for everybody in my manifesto, and it would be fantastic to have the opportunity to serve the students of Bath.